Hello and welcome to the Rose Rehash in Paradise. That's right. Every Monday night after the Bachelor in Paradise, we're going to be right here with the Rose Rehash. And I want to thank you for being a part of this. We got a whole new structure, okay? We're going to start out today's episode with the big story of the night. Then we're going to move into host with the most. Then we're going to do some superlatives. Then I'm going to give out some awards, and then it'll be your questions. So let's get right into it, people. And if you're here right now and you want to submit a question, tag me. We'll get to it at the end of the show. And also, make sure you comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. That's what we need. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm reading these comments, people. So let's go to one big story. So today's one big story. We have two big stories from tonight. The first is Grocery Joe. Grocery Joe showed up to Bachelor in Paradise because he met his former girlfriend on the show. So he met his girlfriend. They have broken up. They were together for 2 years. Grocery Joe does this whole thing where he walks around, oh, shucks, I don't know. I'm just Grocery Joe. And I don't buy it. You're a hot dude. You're beloved by people. It's been 2 years of this stuff where everyone loves you, and you're still walking around being like, well, I'm just trying to find the one. I don't buy it. Because the minute Serena P sat down with him and decided to, talk to him and laugh and bat her eyes at him, he was all of a sudden a lot better. Look what that can do. A 23-year-old woman can fix all of old Joe's woes. So I don't really buy it from Grocery Joe. And we had to watch him go through this. Oh, the breakup. I don't know if I could be here. I'm going to look out on the ocean. And then he comes to the end of the episode and Serena P is like, come here. Let me talk to you. And she's like, you're 35. And he's like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 23. I'm like 12 years younger. And then all of a sudden, Grocer Joe ain't all shucks. He's moving in for a smooch. And then he walks away. He goes, I hope she thought it was a good kiss. So the big whole joke of the night was Grocer Joe telling us how hard it is for him to find a gal. And it's like, I don't buy it, Grocer Joe. The other story tonight was Abigail going on a date with Noah. Abigail is loved by everyone on the show. And I was trying to think about this. I was like, why does everyone love Abigail so much? And I think it's because she doesn't have really much she doesn't put a lot out there. You can tell. They go on the date. Noah's like, so what is it like for you? You don't go on a lot of dates? And Abigail goes, I'm one of those people that just doesn't, I kind of keep people around and I kind of am in the talking phase for a long time. And Noah looks at her and rightfully says, he goes, well, things have to move quick here. I mean, it's a 6-week show. We got to move things along. Like and it didn't feel like Noah was saying we got to hook up. It was just him saying, hey, I don't want to be just like hanging around someone that doesn't want to like maybe take a shot with me. And then Abigail lets out that she's like, yeah, I put a lot of guys in the friend zone. Can you imagine how horrible it would be to date Abigail? A person that sits there and that takes a long time to be in a relationship with you, and you're probably going to end up in the friend zone. So you could spend 6 months getting to know someone and they're like, friend, I think, let's go play catch. Yeah, I'm going to move on to something else. So it's like, I understand Noah kind of pressing her for those information. So those are the two big stories tonight. Let's go to the host with the most. So each week we are going to have guest hosts. This week is David Spade. I am a huge David Spade fan. I thought he brought a lot of levity. He told some dirty jokes. He got people laughing. He took some shots at himself. I love it. The problem with David Spade is he's too old to host the show. It's actually distracting. The attire that he's in, old men in shorts, always looks like a toddler in shorts. It's this weird thing where an older man in shorts, it makes him look even older being in the shorts. He had the hat on, the Panama Jack hat. He's got the blade, the button down, the linen, and he's got these shorts on. You go, I'd rather him be in pants and a tucked in shirt, a sharp white shirt, khaki pants, belt. it would he's got to age up. Right now, David Spade's trying to age down, and it makes him look more ridiculous. It makes him look like he was divorced 3 weeks ago and he just downloaded Tinder and his son taught him how to use it. Now, Wells, on the other hand, has been a breath of fresh air. Wells is great. He's actually hosting the show. He came in and taught everyone what was going on while, Spade did kind of jokey joke town, which is fine. I enjoyed David Spade, but it just didn't feel like it felt like he didn't belong on the island. Let's give out some superlatives. The first superlative is going to be couple of the night. Oh, couple of the night. The couple of the night was Trey and Tejun. I hope I'm saying her name right. Tejun. They were the best. Tejun comes on the show. She says, I know Trey. Trey looks at Tejun and goes, I know Tejun. And then they look at each other and they go, how do I know each other? And Trey's like, I know I met her. I don't know why. And Tejun's like, yeah, I went on a date with Trey's uncle. And that information comes out and you're just like, oh my God. And Trey finds out and you can tell he's like, oh man, I'm not going to go and try and make out with someone my uncle made out with. And he kind of goes away from her. And then they end up coming back together at the end of the night. And I love it. I love that they were like, you know what? Uncle be damned. Let's see what this is. And they seem to hit it off. They seem to like make a fine couple. So that's my couple of the night. Class clown. Now, Class Clown's going to go to the funniest person that I thought was the funniest person of the night, Queen Victoria, who is now Goddess Victoria. What I find funny about Victoria is she talks such a bigger game than she actually plays. She'll come on, I'm a goddess, and then someone has to approach me, and I have a 5-second rule. If I smile at you, you better come to me. And then she gets in a group setting, and she sits there like this. And you're like, man, to be honest, it's a show of her confidence level. It's a show. Everything she's putting on is a defense mechanism so that people don't know that she's really self-conscious. But it is funny to watch someone who is like one of those dolls where you pull the string and they just have like 3 lines. She's like, I'm confident. I'm a goddess. I use crystals. And then like you go, hey, Victoria, what's going on? She's like, you better approach me. And it's like, it's all a facade. The next is going to go to most eligible. This is to the hottest person on the island. The hottest person on the island is Brendan. Brendan's killing it. Brendan, Boston Rufa Brendan, comes on the island. Every woman's after him. You can tell the minute he was talking to Natasha on the beach, all the other women were like, what's going on? Totally different than Abigail. Abigail goes off with Noah. Everyone's like, yeah, finally you found someone, because she's not a threat to them. But when Brendan walks away with a woman, they're like, who are you going with? What's going on? Now let's go to the Batches. Now, the Batches is where I give out coconuts to my favorite characters and crabs to my least favorite characters.
Ouch.
My first coconut is going to go to Kenny, the boy band manager. Kenny came in naked, and he committed to naked longer than I could ever believe. The idea that he was in sneakers with nothing else is the most uncomfortable feeling in the world to me. I couldn't walk around in sneakers and naked in my own apartment alone. Also, he was having casual conversations while naked. How do you do that? If that were me, I'd be shriveling up. I'd be inside of myself. I'd be like, one of the turtles on the beach just shivering away. How did Kenny not have to leave the room and go like chub himself up to try and get himself to at least a halvesy? Like, this is unbelievable penis confidence that has never been seen before. The next coconut's going to go to Serena P. Serena P was really playing this game last night. Serena P was like, I got to stay on the show. You can tell she's the cool girl. She knows how to go up to guys. She knows how to get a guy to really wrap them around their finger. She sits with Grocer Joe and she goes, yeah. She spoke to Grocer Joe the way like cool girls in rom-coms speak to men. She was like, are you going to stay? I can tell you're not sure what you're going to do. And Grocer Joe's like, how did you know? Oh my God, how did you figure this out? She's like, I can tell. And you're like, Serena P, no wonder Matt was obsessed with you. And you had to leave the show yourself. That's how obsessed with you Matt was. You were like, I know he's going to pick me. I got to get out of here. So Serena P showing her skills on this show. The last one goes to Wells. Wells was a fantastic host. He actually did the job better than David Spade. David Spade was more his sidekick than Wells was David Spade's sidekick. I think he should be hosting the show. He does a fantastic job. He goes over the rules. He's concise. He's got a good face for it. I like seeing him on the screen. I like that they confide in him. I'm a Wells fan. Let's give out some crabs. First crab is going to go to Grocer Joe.
Ouch.
Grocer Joe, you are beloved by Bachelor Nation. You are a gorgeous man. Stop talking about yourself like you're the quirky, shy, oh my God, oh shucks, how could it be me? We're looking at you. You're not a nerd. You're a jock. You're cool. Okay? You went from, oh, woe is me, to making out with Serena P in 3 seconds. We're not buying the act. The next one is going to go to the women of Bachelor in Paradise.
Ow!
The men were given the responsibility of having the rose this episode. That means the men get to give the rose to the women, and 3 of the women will have to go home because 3 of them will not get a rose. The game of Bachelor in Paradise is basically genitalia musical chairs. Whoever's not with the opposite genitalia has to leave. That's the show. So it's interesting to me that all these women were talking one of the mornings going, I'm so exhausted. Oh, we really had to show our personality. I can't believe we had to go talk to these guys. It's like, oh, welcome to being at a bar. Welcome to being in public. Open the door. Go talk to her. Be a man. To ask her out. Pay for the date. They were asked to do one thing, and that's go make sure you have a dude that you can end up with that will want to give you a rose. And they were like, oh, I can't believe, where's the courtship? That's the game. Last one is going to go to Demi. Demi was on screen for literally 2 minutes, and it enraged me. This person, first of all, when she speaks, she sways. She's always swaying. She's making me dizzy. She's like, hi, hey, David Spade. I'm Demi. I'm here on the show, and I can't wait to make things crazy. She's also coming on to steal a guy away from a woman. Can you imagine? She shows up and she's like, who am I taking away? Back off, bitches. And it's like, Demi, can you have one honest moment with us? Can you have one moment where you're not doing this act that you've created and you think is funny? I don't know anyone out there that's like, Demi is hilarious. If you say that, I need you to comment and let me know. Give me the jokes she's told. Let's go some audience questions. How far into paradise will Goddess Victoria make it? I think Goddess Victoria is gone next episode. I think she's gone first rose. She couldn't. You got to go. Listen, I'm not saying chivalry is dead. I think a man should go up to a woman and say hello and be personable and be nice. But the structure of the game is, hey, this is the round where you gotta kind of go talk to someone. You have to go talk to someone in some capacity. It didn't even look like it looked like she was honestly afraid of the men on the show. So I think she's gone very soon. Let's do one more. Who's the couple most likely to blow up the soonest? I think Serena P and Grocer Joe. I think Serena P and that's the difference between Serena P and Victoria. Serena P's like, I got to get a guy. I'm going to wrap this dude around my finger. I'm going to own his balls for 2 seconds. I'll make out with the old 35-year-old on the show. I'll make him think he's a king for 10 seconds. And then I'll drop him the minute I want to go with another dude. Because Serena P knows she can probably get any guy on this show. So I think her and Grocer Joe is going to go away. That's our episode. Rose Rehash in Paradise. We'll be back next week. Boom.